Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Please have a seat.
Thank you, sir.
Bhavesh.
Yes, sir.
Bhavesh, you come from Gujarat
Yes, sir.
and this is your fifth attempt
Yes.
at a civil services examination and your optional subject is civil engineering.
Yes, sir.
Bhavesh, tell us something about yourself.
Yes, sir. Sir, my name is Bhavesh Rohira. I came from Navsari district of Gujarat state. Then I have completed my schooling from Navsari only. Then I have completed my graduation in civil engineering from Maharaja Sayajirao University of Vadodara of Gujarat. Then I have worked as a graduate engineer training in Shapurji Palonji for around 9 to 10 months. Then my hobbies of interest is low budget travel and mentoring and tutoring.
Okay. Bhavesh, when we are trying to build a structure, how do we estimate its cost?
Yes, sir. Sir, first of all, we have to analyze the requirements of the structures, like build number of the pillars, columns, and each and everything of that. Then we have to also analyze the like the site conditions, whether the it is we can say the cost of that site as well as the cost of that land, transportation cost in that particular area, the cost of the materials availability at that site.
Mm.
This is also we have to take into account. And the third important is that the atmospheric disturbances, like for examples, any rainfall, period of rainfall or period of snow avalanches, this all we have to take into account to estimate the cost of that building.
What role soil plays when we are estimating the appropriateness of a site for erecting a structure? What role soil plays in that?
So pardon, for erecting the structure.
Structure. Suppose we want to erect a structure at one particular place. What role soil plays in our final decision making?
Yes, sir. Sir, soil is very important thing. Like for example, it decides the bearing capacity of that foundation. So depending upon the bearing capacity of the soil, I think that the structures, the number of the floors or the strength of the building can be dependent upon the type of the soil.
Bhavish, are you aware about what is going on between Afghanistan and Pakistan?
Yes, sir.
How does that impact India?
Sir, I think as far as Afghanistan and Pakistan is concerned, so there is a fight between the different groups, like Pakistan Army and the group of that Afghanistan. As far as its impact on India is concerned, I think India will be benefited from it.
Can you elaborate on that a bit?
Yes, sir. Like for example, recently if we see that there is a standoff between the India and China, although there is a disengagement, but we have to be cautiously optimistic. Now,
Mm.
as far as our troops are limited, so we can reduce our troops from the western border because Pakistan is engaged with the Afghanistan. So we can reduce our troops from the western borders and we can increase that
Hmm.
vis-a-vis China. So I think
Hmm.
this will create a good engagement. Like we will
Hmm.
have a strong deterrence against the China in that arena.
Okay, having a civil engineering background, why do you want to shift to civil services? What is the motivation?
Sir, I think, sir, in administrative service, I will get a broader scope of doing the civil engineering services. Like, for example, I will get also administrative service as well as civil engineering. I don't want to shift from the civil engineering. I want to just expand that scope. For example, if we say any canal projects or any other projects that the government is going to undertake, if I deployed there as an IS officer or anything else, I think I can do more service in a more better manner. Secondly, as a district collector also, for example, if I shift there, so I think there I will find more opportunity like day to day life in sanitation services, water drinking facilities or housing facilities. I think there my civil engineering knowledge will help me to increase my efficiency.
Hmm. Uh, you have written that your hobby includes low budget travel.
Yes, sir.
Can you explain this? What is low budget travel?
Yes, sir. Sir, low budget travel is something that exploring the many places at a minimal cost.
Hmm.
It helps me to having the gratitude toward the smaller things. Like for example, if I travel towards the public transportation system, it will shows me that I have to wait something. So it's small thing that I have gratitude for the smaller things. Different in addition to it, for
Okay,
example,
Bhavesh, just imagine that I want to visit the Mahakumbh.
yes.
Give me a low budget travel plan.
Sir, first of all, you have to devise the date on which you have to travel. First of all, Sai Snan and all dates, the cost will be high. So we have to avoid that. In addition to it, we have to explore the different opportunities. Like train will be the cheaper of that, local train or any sleeper class train. Then we have to book in advance that the dormitory facilities available. The 1500 rupees dormitory facilities are there by the government. We have to book that instead of relying on the heavily hotels or other luxury tents. then we have to explore the local customs also. I will also explore the local customs, eating the local foods there at the Prayagraj, local kachoris. This all thing I can get the information from the Google. So instead of going to the 5-star hotel, this thing I can plan.
Okay. Bhavesh, you also like to mentor and tutor.
Yes, sir.
What is the difference between mentoring and tutoring?
Yes, sir. Sir, as far as mentoring is concerned, it is a broad concept. Like, it helps the students not only in their personal growth but also in the professional growth. So personally and professionally, if you see, mentoring is a better opportunity. And as far as tutoring is concerned, the main objective of tutoring, sir, is to fill the academic gap that the student has left out.
Uh, what are the qualities of a good mentor? Just 3 qualities. Highlight them very briefly.
Sir, he should be empathetic towards the students, understanding their perspective. Then he should be a great communicator so that the student can understand him. And third more important thing is that I think having self he should have experience in that field.
Thank you, Bhavesh.
Sir.
There was an attempt by the government of Haryana to reserve jobs for the locals.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What do you think of it? If all these states were to do this, what impact it would have on the job scenario?
Yes, sir. Sir, in the short term, it will benefited the local populations. In the short term, it will provide the job opportunities in the particular state areas. But in the long term, sir, it will affects the integrity of the right to employment. It will affect in the long term, and it will threaten our unity and integrity of the country. So, in my perspective, it should not be there.
Okay, that's your perspective. It is also the perspective of the courts which struck it down.
Yes, sir.
No? Will the AI lead to job reduction?
Yes, sir. It will affect the job employments opportunities.
How, for better or for worse?
Sir, if we see from the opportunities, it will increase. Like, for example, data scientist, need of the data scientist, need of the data analytics will increase. But the unskilled jobs, like people just analyze the data and conclude on that data, that will be, I think, it replace. So, in short, it will increase the productivity of the Indian force, provided that we skill our people in that directions.
What is the Open Skies Treaty?
Sir, I'm not aware about it. I have to read on that.
Is there a distinction between Look East and Act East policy of the government?
Yes, sir. So the Look East policy has been replaced by the Act East policy. In the Act East policy, the government is engaging in a more deliberated manner, more engagement. Government is doing more engagement with the Southeast people, especially.
And what happened to the Look East policy? What was happening then?
Sir, I'm not aware about that. But in Act East policy, there is a upgraded standard in which there is a conversations between the different levels, engagement with that. There is a growing ties with the security and trade and commerce between the Indian and the Eastern countries.
I read the other day there is something called shrinkflation. Shrinkflation. What is it?
Sir, I'm unaware about that.
Okay. What are our coastal security challenges?
Yes, sir. Sir, the first and foremost challenge is the China's intrusion, sir. The string of the pulse theory of the China affects our sovereignty and unity and integrity of the country. Second most important challenge is that the climate change, increasing intensity of cyclones and tsunamis affects our coastal population. The third most important challenge is the Pakistan, sir. Drug trafficking, infiltrations, and all such things. And fourth, I think the issues of the fishermen with the Sri Lanka. These are the 4 important challenges.
Last question. What is the Raisina dialogue?
Sir, it is a dialogue in which the different countries' leaders as well as the different ambassadors of the other countries are invited to
By whom?
by the India
No, India whom?
Ministry of External Affairs.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Is it a government affair or a private affair?
Sir, it is a Raisina dialogue is conducted by Ministry of External Affairs, but and the leaders are invited across the different fields, government also and private also.
Okay. Bhavesh.
Yes.
You are a BTech civil engineer. Tell me,
if you are, how can your qualifications help in execution of a major project which is assigned to you?
Yes, sir. Sir, my optional is also civil engineering. So there is not a bridge between my education over and right now also. So I have been continuously in touch with civil engineering. So as far as sir, my administrative skill, if I am posted as an IS officer, so there sir, I can work more elaborately. I can understand what are the difficulties from administrative perspective as well as from civil engineering perspective. So I think this dual perspectives will help in more in engaging with the civil engineering workers, knowing my, like for example, sometimes it civil engineering projects deadlines can get extended. So I think this helped me to understand what are the challenges, what are the glitches, and I think I can act as a bridge between the government at the higher level and the contractor at the lower.
So tell me, what are the 4 pillars of any successful project?
4 pillars. Sir, first of all, that projects must be designed according to the building codes. So that structural integrity of that projects is very important. Second most important thing is the environmental resilience, like green buildings. It should be environmental resilient. It should not impact on the environment. The third most important thing is that the safety of the workers working in the particular projects. This is very important. And sir, the fourth most important thing is that its benefits to the people. That is social auditing.
But that's not a pillar of a project as such.
And the costs are financial.
So time, cost, quality, and safety.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Tell me, you said you are the president of the Faculty of Technology and Engineering. Give me an example where you have showed leadership skills.
Yes, sir. Sir, when I was the president, I have organized the workshops there, sir,
Mhm.
in which that there was a direct consultations between the students and the faculties. So this was help in consultation and coordination between them and implementing the different projects. I have also established the grievance redressal mechanisms where the grievances of the students can be easily redressed. And I was elevating to the higher authority there. So I think this was helped me in conducting the environment that was more prosperous and more coordinated between the different stakeholders.
You said you also won a third prize in their shoes event. What exactly is this in their shoes event?
Yes, sir. In their shoes, it is an event that is conducted by the Prerna. So the Prerna event conducting the such programs in which the peoples with different ability are invited. So if we want to participate in that in their shoes event, we have to adapt a particular different ability. Like I have adapted the blind differently ability, then physical different
Are you
ability.
talking about empathy? Empathetic behavior example or something?
Sir, it was the event in which we have to adapt different ability and we have to win that event. It was that.
And
So
what role did you play?
sir, in first round, I was given the different ability of physical disability I was given, and in second round, I was given the blind disability. So this was the program.
Okay. One last question I want to know from you is, if you are assigned, supposing you as an IAS officer, you are assigned a role that does not align with your expertise as well as your preference, what would you do?
Sir, I will do faithfully that order because, sir, my primary goal is to do the public service. So whatever role I will assign, sir, I will do that primarily, my public service. In addition to it, I will also work to, like, my hobby is also mentoring and tutoring. So I will also work in that directions to provide the education to the children who are from underprivileged once a week or twice a week in that particular district.
No, but I didn't say, I said if you're assigned a role that is not to your liking, that does not suit your qualification or your expertise or your preference.
Then, sir, I will urge the government to provide me deputations to the particular place. I will put my preferences there, and whatever the government will decide, I will do that in that order.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Bhavesh, let's say you're posted as district collector in an area experiencing communal tensions. What will be your immediate priorities and actions to handle that?
Sir, first of all, I will conduct a meeting with the leaders of the both parties. I will urge them to prevent these things. Vis I will also deploy my police service in that particular area so that no act of violence can occur. Till then, I will conduct the meeting with the different leaders of that particular community. I will also urge them, I will also um, provide the information about the consequences of that particular event. And finally, I think that will help me to resolve.
Let's say riots are happening. So what will your actions at that point of time?
Riots are already happening, sir.
Yes.
Sir, first of all, I will put the police force there to control the riots. In addition to it, I will also impose the Section 144 if it is under my order. Third, I will also conduct the meeting of the leaders of that parties who are conducting the riots, and then I will.
Okay. As the Mahakumbh is going on, can you tell what is the duration of the Mahakumbh and what will be the best days for least visitors? If a person want to go with least rush, what will be the best days for that person to visit?
Sir, the Mahakumbh has commenced from January 13 to 26 February. Sir, in between there are 4 Shahi Snans are there. On 14th and on 26th, as far as I know, and other 2 dates are there. So instead of it, person can visit.
Okay. So apart from these 4 days, rest all days will be equal in terms of the rush, or will there be a variation?
There will be a variation, but sir, I am not about exact know about that on which day the rush will be left.
So can't you apply your common sense and say that these particular days some slightly more rush will be there, these days less rush will be there?
Sir, on the day of the Punima, full moon day, there will be some more rush. Instead of that, there will be no rush, I think so.
So do you agree on weekdays less rush will be there compared to the weekends?
Sir, I do not have that idea, but saying that is not a
Okay.
good.
Okay. Are you earning currently any amount?
Yes, sir.
How much can you share that? Let's say your monthly income or annual income.
Sir, I am currently doing as a freelancing in mentoring and tutoring to the candidates of the who are aspiring for the GPSC in a government institute, that is Sardar Patel Institute of Public Administration. I am doing as a freelancing that because it is my hobby. So full-fledged I am not earning till now.
So are you getting any substantial amount from there?
Yes, I am getting that substantial amount.
So are you able to support your family economically with that amount?
Yes, sir. I am able to support my family.
Okay, and why not take you were there in a full-time job, right? Till 2019. Why did you leave that job?
Sir, I have accept that job because I thought that I can work both as a civil engineer on the field also, as well as I can also prepare for UPSC. But by experiencing there, it was a full-time job. I was not able to get the time because I have to on the site for 10 hours. So showing loyalty towards the one over the other would not be the feasible for me at that time.
Okay, you mentioned about the string of pearls theory from China. How can India counter that string of pearls theory, or is India currently doing anything to counter that string of pearls activity, or just India is just seeing the things happening?
No, sir, India is currently engaging with the many countries like on the Sri Lanka recently when the visit of the president of the Sri Lanka was there. So at that time, Sri Lanka has noted that Sri Lankan territory will not be used by for any foreign peoples that have a threat on the India or that threatens the integrity of the India. So government is engaging with the Bangladesh, government is engaging with the Sri Lanka.
Can you list some ports which were initially taken by China in other our neighboring countries, but India have taken away from China, or the deal is no more between China and that country? Can you list some ports?
Yes, sir. One port was there in the Sri Lanka, sir. I am not able to recall that name, but one port was there.
Okay, fine.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, Bhavish. Your interview is over. We will reconnect with you in some time for your feedback.
Thank you, sir.
Please take a seat.
Thank you, sir.
Bhavish,
Yes.
let me highlight the good things in your interview. Your communication skills are good. You were anything, then you can ask me your question, then I'll disclose your score.
See, on coastal security, you should have ideally first given the geographical nuances that are involved. It has 7,500 kilometers of exposed, 3 sites exposed. So those are areas that you should be covering in your coastal security. Okay. Difficult topography. Then satellite surveillance. ये सब areas आपको cover करना है. I would advise you not to use things like I would impose section 144. That will again take the board towards 145 if you are aware of it. If you are, then they might ask you what is 146 then. आप चले जाएंगे उसमें सो उसको थोड़ा लूजली वैसे ही करना तो प्रोहिबिटरी ऑर्डर्स और अप्रोप्रिएट ऑर्डर्स, लेकिन 140 सेक्शंस को बोलने का. देन use of the term IAS officer, I would advise you not to use the term officer with it. Civil servant is good enough. Indian administrative service is good enough, but certainly not officer. Twice or thrice I heard you say that. हरियाणा वाले पे थोड़ा सा ठीक से पढ़ लीजिएगा, because I don't think you gave the proper reply in the form that I wanted to. तो उसको आपको court also has struck it down. You didn't mention that. Okay.
Answers I felt was a little long. थोड़ा छोटा कर दो. If your answers are a little short, they will get you more value. And so don't go for long answers, go for short answers. I asked you 4 pillars of a project. If you had just used 4 words, which we said, I told you later on. अगर वो 4 words होते, time, cost, quality and safety, khatam, that was good enough. You gave a long answer there. Not required. So be as crisp as possible. That will be beneficial. Number 2, when you entered, I noticed one thing, you showed your back to the panel. Never do that. Never show your back to the panel. You turned down, your back was completely, totally towards the, you entered, you looked in, then you turned and then you came. So let the back not be shown to the panelists at all under any circumstances, right? Then eye contact was good. Please keep that up and maintain that smile on your face. It's very important. Otherwise, it looks as if you are tensed and it will unnecessarily pull your marks down a little bit. Keep a smile on your face. You have a wonderful smile. Why don't you use it?
Yes, sir. And please. Yes, sir. You would like to add?
Some questions, let's say, sir asked regarding the will AI leads to job reduction or is AI leading? So I think proper answer was not there. Means Hayward thought crisp रहना चाहिए. That's it.
Sir, I want to ask that, sir. Sir, like today only I gave 2 interviews, sir. So the thing was that when I use the more long lengthy answer, like we have discussed, so the day before yesterday only the same recommendations for that I should keep my answers small. So when today interview was there, the sir has told me to use the like 20-30 second answer should be there. So some people are saying that your answer should be long, like at least 40-50 seconds. Some people are saying that your answer should be 50 to 20 seconds. Now both the level there are bureaucrats.
Okay. Bhavesh, now listen to this very carefully. It has to be seen in 2 contexts. First, in terms of the question, whether the question demands a lengthy explanation or not. Okay, you cannot have a blanket rule for every question. And second context is that gravity of issue at hand. Do you have the content to explain? And is it required to back it? Because if it's a fact-based question, if I ask you, what is the GSDP of Gujarat? You can just quote a figure. That's it. There will not, if I ask, what are the major contributors to the state domestic product of Gujarat? Then you can go for more explanation.
So can I give an example of that?
Yes.
So like low budget travel you have asked. Now someone has asked me the low budget travel. So I just told him, okay, so low budget travel is something that exploring many things at a minimal cost. Now here I told, it's showing gratitudes, understanding different customs. It's a value addition to it. So now here some people are saying that you just use the definition of that low budget travel. Some people are saying that you should add what are the values in that because it shows something, just personalize that.
Yes, because that is your interest. Again, I am going back to what I said. The context of the question. It is something that you have written in your DAF. That is your interest area. So you have to highlight why you are so much fond of low budget traveling. So that makes sense. Okay. Also, you can do one thing. Just to avoid the confusion, you can say what is low budget travel. You just define it and you say, sir, with your kind permission, I would also like to highlight why I like low budget traveling. That solves the confusion. Okay. If they give you the permission, go ahead. If they don't, just stop there. Okay, Bhavesh. Anything else you would
When you talk in terms of, say empathy and all that, you are showing one more trait of your character.
Yes.
It impresses. It's good. The more you show that, But if you're giving long answers, what happens is you're not giving opportunity to the other people to understand more traits about your character as such. So avoid giving long answers so that like people ask more questions. We get more idea about you.
Okay, sir, got it, sir.
So can we suggest one thing? Let's say he can answer in bullet points.
Yeah, and that's what as you said. If the question demands, I asked you 4 pillars, just answer 4 pillars. But you have to give an explanation there.
If I just ask what are the 3 major macroeconomic variables, you can just name them. That's all.
Got it.
No need of defining what is inflation, say for example. Okay.
Got it.
Anything else, Bhavish, you would like to
Well,
ask? Okay.
Address my issue
Okay. When is your interview scheduled, dear?
on 31st of Jan.
31st of January. So you have time now to improve. What was your score last time when you appeared?
792.
192. But today, I think the performance was not up to the mark. That could be due to the fatigue that you are carrying. So we have given you something in the range of 160 to 170 today. Okay. But I feel that you can definitely go beyond that. Then even after scoring 192, why didn't not you make it to the final list?
Sir, I was my optional. I just got 107 marks in my second optional.
Civil engineering. So did you work this year on that?
Yes, it has been improved.
Okay. And also one more thing, why your marks have fallen here today is because of the attire. Maybe that day.
Attire only is there, sir. Accepting the attire. How was my performance, sir?
Your performance was good. Was good.
To score more than 180?
Yes, of course.
Well, maximum is the barest minimum, plus minus 30. Straight away add 30 to your score if you follow these things, Your attire is good if you shave properly, if you present yourself well, you sit properly, you show that you are alert, you are not casual.
Because this is not your knowledge test. This is the test of your personality.
So because of that attire only, like I have not wear the tie or my...
No, not because of only that. This is one of the major factors, Bhavish. Apart from that, as I told you that you need some more improvement related to say external affairs related questions, right? There the answers were not appropriate. Some of them were factually incorrect also. So you just check on them. Okay, when you get the video, you can Google and you will find out that some of them were factually wrong also. But as I said again, Bhavish, you are very well placed. If you work hard, definitely you can cross 200 also. Because I hope you remember what I told your strengths are. You're polite, you were humble, your communication skills are good, you were listening to the question, your answers were good. But because of these little things, like, see, if it is 160 to 170 and just you add 20-25 marks more to that, you end up land where you were last time. Okay. And maybe the proper attire will bring you 15-20 marks plus.
Proper attire will be there, sir.
Yes. And plus, there's little nuances that we have suggested.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhavish.
Thank you, sir.